Hey everybody, today we're on location. We're shooting in the supermarket car park. It's super exciting. Wow. But while I kick it in the car park, I thought I would share 5 ways that you can level up the soil life you have in order to grow better, tastier, more vital food and plants in your garden. We are not going to hang around today, so let's get straight into it. So the first one is testing your soil. If you can measure it, you can manage it. So biologically speaking, what this means is looking at what you do and don't have. That means the different organisms, what concentrations, are they active or not, and possibly looking at imbalances, the different ratios between them and where there might be some areas of improvement needed. Once you know this, you can plan and respond accordingly. Now, I've already spoken about how to test your soil for microbiology in another video. I'll leave a link below. Now, the second thing you can do is add compost, and this must be the healthiest, most mature, most biologically active material you can get your hands on. Now, if it has been produced correctly, if it's composted in the right way, all of those organisms that are involved in the decomposition process, the breaking down of organic matter, will have moved over and made way for organisms that help to rebuild and convert different types of nutrients within the material, and they will have colonized this substrate, and it's precisely these organisms that we want to get in the soil, carrying on doing that and doing it to other materials already in the soil, so that these nutrients become available for our crops. Of course, the other big advantage of adding compost, not only does it add life to the soil, but it improves the physical structure, the porosity, helps regulate water, adds oxygen, and it helps to add just raw nutrients as well. I mean, literally, it is all going on in the car park today. Wow, amazing. My third suggestion for you is to inoculate. That could be taking some healthy soil from somewhere else, amplifying the biomass. So the biomass is the life that it contains, all those organisms all together, amplifying them, adding those to the soil. It could be something like compost tea, which I've made some other videos about as well, you can see in the description. Or it could actually be adding a particular isolated organism in the form of a product. Now, often these are mixed with carriers. They kind of look like a white powder, but once they're solubilized with water, once they're kind of mixed in your watering can, you can flood them or flush them through the root zone, the rhizosphere around the plant roots, which puts them immediately in the zone they need to be. They carry out their natural function, and more often than not, that involves the end of that process involves releasing a particular type of nutrient. Sometimes it's more nutrients. So inoculating can be a really effective way to level up the life in your soil as well. Tip number 4 is feed the soil, and there are a whole host of natural products out there that you can do this with. So this is quite an important change of mindset, because we're talking about feeding the soil and not directly feeding the plant. So one example of a product which is often used, particularly in organics, is seaweed. This is great because it contains lots of lovely natural compounds and biochemicals, things like chitin or even amino acids that can help nourish, stimulate soil life. Also, they can help improve that interaction between organisms and the plant roots themselves. Humic acid is another great product, but I would add an air of caution. Even though a lot of these products are natural based, they do have certain characteristics, things like the pH, which repeated use or use in high concentrations can seriously alter the characteristics of your soil, and they can actually have a detrimental effect to make it harder. They can result in the complete opposite to what you had intended. So use with caution, do your research, but adding products to feed the soil can be an excellent way to boost soil life as well. My fifth and final tip is change what you grow. And this can apply to all kinds of things. It could be, for instance, a cover crop, so a crop that you grow between the food crops you're growing in your allotment. It could be plants that you're growing to add organic matter. It could be a crop that you're growing to keep the soil active at different times of year. Either way, changing what you grow can help to build a healthier, more diverse population of organisms in the soil. And that's because different plants have relationships with different groups of organisms. I've just done another video about that, which I will link to in the description below. But the more active you can keep your soil, the more likely it is to change in a beneficial way. So changing the plants that you're growing will kind of add diversity within the microbial communities, as well as keep the soil active overall, so that you can enhance it over time as well. And that does it for today, guys. The parking warden is out. He's spotted me. I think I need to move, so we'll wrap this video up. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to hear more tips about boosting your soil life for better crops and plants, tastier food that's healthier, consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.